So being able to take a step back, detach, and see the bigger picture, to me, is the true superpower of life. And it's a lot harder than it sounds. And, this goes back to when you start talking about people that are going through struggles in life, right? And I've described this before as, if I'm looking at you and you're in a bad state, right? You're depressed, you're sad, you're moping around, you're not getting anything done. And I'm looking at you from the outside and I'm thinking, for me, I see this storm cloud around your head, right? I see the storm cloud around your head and you're in there. And all you see, no matter what direction you look, is storm. All you see is darkness. I'm outside and I'm looking, I'm like, hey man, this guy's got a great education. He's healthy. He's got a good team around him. Like he's got all these things going for him. But you, in that state, you literally cannot see anything but the darkness of the storm. And that's what's so scary about when people enter that mode is I can look at it from the outside and be like, Andrew, you just got to move like 4 feet forward and you're going to be through this thing. And yet you might hear me say that and you go, no, Jocko, I'm looking ahead. There's nothing but darkness. So helping people move forward, take action, and be able to get that perspective, detach and get outside themselves, get outside their own heads. Tim Ferriss said, get out of your head, get into your body. That's one way to do it. Take action, go do things. But it's very scary. And I'm sure you've had this experience where you're talking to someone that and they're bogged down in whatever problem it is, whatever stress they're under. And you're looking at them going, hey man, no, it's going to be okay. Like you can clearly see that whatever is bothering them and dragging them now, you can clearly see, a lot of times it's a relationship, right? The girl or the guy, they got dumped and you go, hey man, that person was a disaster anyways. You're better off without them. And they cannot compute that. They are stuck there. Or maybe it's the school that they didn't get into or the job that they didn't get. And they get so wrapped up in that. They can't get out of that storm. And it's such a helpless feeling to sit there and tell someone, hey, you just move a little bit towards me and you're going to get out of this storm. And it's so much easier said than done. And that's why trying to engage with people and trying to give people that superpower of detachment where they can take a step back and say, you know what, you're right, man. That girl, she wasn't who I really thought she was. I should move on. Yes, but easier said than done. And that's one of the biggest challenges I think that we have as friends and in parents and teammates is helping people learn to detach, learn to see the bigger picture, learn to see that the problem that you have, that your whole world is actually not that big of a deal. When I wrote a book called Leadership Strategy and Tactics. And one of the things that I wrote about in that book is like understanding what's important and what's not. And this is very, very similar to what you're talking about. Looking at a problem and taking a step back and going, well, A, is this important or not? And B, is this solvable or is it not? And C, what's the ROI on getting it solved and what's the effort it's going to take to get this problem solved and how much is it really going to impact my world and my life if I focus on it? So knowing and understanding when something's important or not is a very good skill. And again, it's a skill that's directly related to detachment because when you're in that relationship, this is another thing I've been telling people lately, the solution to your problem is not going to be found in the problem. It's not going to be found in there. You have to get out of the problem so that you can look at it, make an assessment, and you can assess how to solve the problem or whether you need to solve the problem or not. I mean, there's a lot of things in my life right now where I shrug my shoulders and go, okay, it's okay. Oh, someone's saying this. Okay, roger that. Like, carry on. No factor. Move on. And then occasionally you go, okay, this is something I need to contend with. This is something I need to deal with. This is something I need to shape or adjust or move or solve, to use your word. And the reason I laugh when I say that is because problems, you have to get in there. But if you take a step back, you can usually say, oh, a little adjustment here, a little adjustment there, and that thing's going to sort itself out. So detachment is a superpower, man.